Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It's about 3 or 4 in the morning, and I went to bed early. I try not to share a lot of when I sleep or what the hours are. I usually do get up around this time though. Um, his lunch is later because of our schedule, so sometimes I stay up after that. So I was just coming on real quick to say Pastor Baldwin is not well. I'm not understanding the specifics of it, but I guess he does have to have another surgery. I think it's been a couple winters back. I know we had just moved here and it was a pretty spooky situation. Scary. Sounded rather sudden, although he did not go in right away, but that one was affecting his breathing. It was some sort of, I don't even know if they ever determined the infection. This one is intestinal. Try to stop shaking the camera here. That's just my security system there for the water to keep track of it. The light in the window there, and we have a fan set up right now. We do not have air, so there would be no way. You'd have to put a whole new system in. It wouldn't be central air capabilities. They'd have to set up some other way, unless there is a way. I don't know. There wouldn't be a way through the boiler system. So I just wanted to pray right now for Pastor Baldwin and his family and the church, God's church, the ones seeking truth, the ones that didn't sell out. I'm going to have to do some readjusting. I've noticed some of the journalists I guess you could say I was somewhat entertained by, or they've really made it, I feel like it's an extra shift towards, and maybe I just wasn't noticing, maybe it was just one of those things of, character defects, like maybe I just don't want to be involved in any of it anymore. Everyone's just so messed up anymore, and everyone's just paid off by this person or that person. But we'll get to that in a minute, or I won't get to it at all, as I do want to make this somewhat quick. Just pray. We pray silently, and then I'm going to say, please Jesus, be with all your children, and we need your protection, all of us. Many people are under major attacks. I'm not going to say ignore those that say it doesn't exist, or that we're doing something wrong on our part, or just don't pay attention to it and it won't happen. That's more superstitious than admitting that something is happening. And a lot of us are having, I'm going to sit up, maybe it will help me not. A lot of us are under major fire of all natures. I'm actually still assume that Michigan, or part of this government here, however it works with the state, is going to conjure up something for me still, like they've been doing on and off for decades now. They just shift it and are able to get enough of a paper trail. But I just want to pray right now for Pastor Baldwin, and that if he does have to have the surgery, or if Lord, if you could just, please, Lord, perform one of your miraculous healings. Miraculous healings, please, Lord. I was really hoping that we didn't have to leave here, and there's really no, we're on to other prayers now, and there's really no other We really can't. Not with the economy, not with what's going on. But we need to get out of this. Whatever is going on around here, it's bigger than life, and they definitely have those they like to keep shut up. The coop hit. I think this was the older lady that lives here. She was one of them. Maybe they did that too. I don't know, but I don't know when we'd leave, and I don't imagine we could get enough done here to make enough sense of anything. I guess we'd have to dig another well location, but because of current times and different things, I don't even know if that can be trusted. So I haven't even called to find out the approximate of what it would be in the county. It'll be a lot. Because you're looking at, goodness, from the front of the road to the back is, I think it was like 300 and some feet. So I don't know what that would look like cost-wise to bring in municipal city water for the next people. The sky is insane. I've never seen anyone this obsessed with this property. And he can't, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to go up in that brain of his. Him and I have had enough arguments. He can't deal with this property. I've never seen this kind of focus. And I was just the other day, I was out doing a little bit of weeding or whatever. And I was like, it's like he's the encapsulation of the 5 Klansmen over at Brentwood. It's like all of those men in one, you know. Sitting here quietly praying with each other. Let's just try that. We went out the other night. It's not even like we have technically the money. We just need a break. We got to watch the most amazing cargo ship come through. I don't know about amazing. I mean, most people maybe aren't that easily entertained. For me, it was really awesome. It was like a restaurant pub, and it's kind of joint. It's not joint to this. It's called the Lofts. It might be. It's like apartments or lofts, I guess, condos, and then there's like a pool. And then they have like a sitting patio by the river down in Ohio. It's called like the Rusty Nails, Bag of Rusty Nails pub. The salad was amazing. And we were the only ones sitting outside. It was starting to get pretty dark. And dusk, and all the birds started swooping in the air, and it was called the Manitola or something. It's called the Manitola, and it looked like an older cargo the way they're built. Big, huge, just remember how many meters it said it was. And I believe it travels all the way up from Ontario and back, or I'm not sure its exact route, and it carries like different non-perishables, food items even. And then they open the bridge and it just, glides through. And a couple had come out prior to that, and we started chit-chatting a little bit. And they live in Ohio and have a cottage up in Michigan. And they told us to get out of Michigan. They told us to move out of there if we keep having that kind of trouble. And the thing is that we've been told that too, but is it really going to make a difference where we go? Is it? Or is it just going to change again? Is it just, going through all... Moving is not a light thing, especially if you have what we do to move. And so then we'd be back down to having to liquidate more things. And we lost quite a few nice items when we left where we were before. Is it going to really make a difference if we go across the border? Just more gas for John to get to work? I don't know. I really don't know. So, she wanted to know a little bit about what had happened. And I was doing where I don't really want to just say definitively the situation. And she point blank was just like, no, I believe you. She's like, I 100% believe you're right about what you think is going on around you there in Monroe. We didn't know these people. She's like, where do you want to go? We're like, he just at least it's, her and I were the chitter chatters, which isn't uncommon for women. And her husband, I don't know if she made him go out, but, and I don't want to say it was a game, okay, but the older men that say their hearing aid isn't right and they can't hear, I think it's just their way of saying they don't want to talk. But that could just be me, and making that up, but yeah, he probably just didn't want to really engage. He just wanted to eat and get it over with and probably go home. And John wasn't saying a whole lot. He just, either her and I were chitter-chattering more, but, because I was even being like, no, I don't want to be, like, definite on what I'm saying. I could be gravely wrong. I just said I know whatever it is, it's not good, and that this, we didn't move far from the last place. We're still in obviously the same county, but the way he came on so strong, and then it's in this, a big mess, so. And she's like, nope. She's like, I believe you 100%. Yeah, no, that's just all I have to say right now is I think a lot of us just really do want this whole thing to be over with. I think a lot of us are tired. I think we're really trying to hang in there. Like, I want Kennedy to win, and but then I start listening more and more, and Shanahan is all about, and I believe too. I believe women should have rights to abort, if it's, but why do we never deal with the preliminary of that? And I know that it tugs a lot of women's heartstrings when they think that if a woman's raped and they don't have the ability to get to an abortion, but if you dig deeper on abortions, the level of women getting abortions that are raped, it's not high at all. It's so low on the totem pole. And I don't know if I'm getting that old and closed-minded. I just do want to just go back to giving up on politics, because if he was he was technically, he said he was Democrat for a long time. I really feel there needs to be restrictions on abortion, but I'm not one of those either that's like just the whole thing needs to be shut down. That's like doing prohibition on alcohol or something. Like we can't, it's just like even having like mandates, like you're forced to do this, you're forced to do that, like we're gonna shut all this down over here. Like, I think it's just like one step at a time. Like, I think women should be able to have access to birth control if they need to. Some women are trapped in an abusive relationship. That man is going to keep forcing her to get pregnant. I'm not kidding. This can happen. How often? I don't know, but I'll be honest right here. I was in a situation and he was getting really, well, he waited till we moved 3 or 4 hours away, and he started to pressure me about marriage. I know, we shouldn't have been living together, right, out of wedlock. But see, I'd already been through a situation, and that situation was technically still following me. Well, then you shouldn't have been with anyone at all. Whatever. That's your problem. I had a very intense child who needed a lot of support. We needed some sort of community network that didn't involve scary, disturbing things that circulated in my family. I needed to get up and away from that and find a nice church and some decent people. And technically we kind of accomplished that, but for whatever reason, when we got up there, he started to get extremely physically aggressive with me. I was not provoking him. He was suffocating me. He wasn't letting me even go out on the deck sometimes. He was trying to control when I went to bed. It was just insane. And it happened within 2 months. Within 2 to 3 months, I was having to take me and Jesse to a domestic violence shelter in the city of Grand Rapids. I wasn't about to go jumping back home. This is one of those longer ones, but it was. You're just better off not even looking at the video quality because I can't keep. Okay, so long story short, I went on birth control because I wasn't going to bring another child up in violence. And they go ahead and judge me for it, but there are women who, if they can't have access to birth control, things like that, then they're in a situation with some crazy psycho who keeps getting them knocked up. Maybe forcefully. So, what I'm trying to say is I'm not like that much of an all or nothing. Some instances with certain things I might be, but there needs to be a limit on abortions, though. There needs to be a limit on how many abortions. There needs to be some questions and answers asked. Why is a woman not on some form of contraceptive? I think there's different options now. I don't know. I know birth control can mess with the hormones and this, but I don't think abortion should be looked at as a form of contraception. And I probably won't even post this because I can't keep the darn thing straight this morning. I just got out of bed. Let the silly little guys over here. Boop, boop, boop. Aww. Now, oh gosh, I think so many of us were hoping that some kind of relief would happen. And this year even. And it's like, then we just get to the next year and we're like, is there going to be any relief? Is there going to be any relief at all? I just know that if we just couldn't simply settle down on I think people are calling it the alphabet group. If we couldn't just kind of get that a little bit, and just a little less pronounced. Reduce abortions, have a different outlook about it. It should not be used as a birth control type of thing. Birth rates are so low anyways now. People aren't even getting married. I don't see where it's ever going to get any better. I don't. God, 10 years or more, I was like, there's got to be a turnaround. There's got to be a turnaround. No. Half of it I wasn't even keeping up on. I didn't know what was going on. Okay, I love you. Have a good one. Bye.